The one from Holly?
You got how to access your Google Drive. Did you get that email from Holly?
Okay. Let me go back to this.
Yes, please have a look.
Okay. Thank you.
Are we all here?
Yep, I'm here.
I'm here too.
I'm here.
Okay, good. Alrighty. So on your handout, I want to go through the handouts that I sent you. You can look at my screen, but make sure you have it because you may need it later on with regard to some an assignment. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So here are some of the barriers to listening. It is, and tell me what comes to mind when we go through each one. You can just, we're going to share, okay? So please share your feelings as how you feel and what are the internal barriers that you may have. And how do you focus on being positive, even if you have these barriers. And we all have barriers to listening. We talked about that, right? So beliefs, will that be a barrier?
Yes.
Yeah, it can be.
Explain.
Well, if you're holding a certain particular, let's say religious belief, and somebody says something contrary to that, then absolutely it could interfere.
Right. It should interfere with the message that is being delivered, right? Yep. Okay. Thanks, Ash. Okay. Values. Would your values also be a barrier?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. How would that be a barrier till then?
Like people with different values, like sometimes if a person has a different value, they don't want to change. So yeah, like depending on other people.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. You have a barrier to the values that you hold dearly. For instance, if you are a Seventh-day Adventist and that's a value that you have, right, you're religious, that's a value that you hold and you cannot work on Saturday, and someone is saying that you need to work on Saturday, would you just tune that out? Yes, definitely. Attitude, would that would be a barrier? How the attitude, if you're positive or you're always grumpy, would that be a barrier for your internal lens?
Yes.
Yeah. And how about your personality? These are some of the barriers that we hold.
Yeah, that also a barrier.
Definitely. Culture?
Definitely, yes.
Yes. And if you're prejudiced to, if you hold that, that's going to be a barrier. Also, I'm speaking about something that has absolutely you have no interest in. That is a big barrier in the workplace. Definitely. Expectations? Definitely a barrier. Assumptions?
Yes.
Definitely a barrier. Memories, we are thinking about something in the past. We're always trying to go back to the past. Okay, that definitely. I immigrated here and I had a really good life back in wherever. I come here and I have to start from the bottom. I'm thinking about what I had and not what being said. It's same thing, images of the past and future. Okay, the past, yes. The future, I don't want to be here. I want to be a manager, so I'm really not going to listen to what you have to say here. And of course, past experience are back to the memories, okay? So these are some of the internal barriers that we hold, and it doesn't matter who you are, we do have some barriers to listening. So don't feel bad if you think that you have some or one or two of them. It's a part of being human, okay? Okay, so these are some habits that we have, and we just have to be conscious of them that prevent us from effective listening. We don't wait until the speaker is done. We jump in before the person is finished. Your mind wanders, not being open to the subject matter, becoming defensive when the subject is negative towards you, not valuing a conversation that you did not initiate. A lot of us are like this, that's not my, I did not start this conversation, so there's no value here for me. Trying to do other things while you're listening, multitasking. This can be a big one in the workplace because your employer expects you to what? Multitask.
Productive.
And you are doing that and you're not listening to what is being said. Thinking ahead of what you're going to do next, or say we talk about that one. Judging the speaker and not giving him a chance to change your mind. Turning off if the speaker voice, manners, or physical appearance is unpleasant. Oh yeah, that's for sure. So these are just some examples of some of the barriers that we hold, and they're very common. They're very, very common. And you will find that in the workplace, as you get your job and move forward, you're going to find that you may have some of these, but people or your team, your coworkers or team players will have some of them. Okay, it's a natural thing. Okay, misconception. Can Alicia read that for me?
Yes. Is that supposed to be one or is it on?
Misconception, this one.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be one. Yeah, there we go. One. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. One major to effective listening is the myth that speaking represents power. In our culture, the one who speaks is seen as the active and powerful one, while listening signifies weakness and compliance. In reality, effective listener is actual and influential. The good listener can actually direct the conversation by his sensitive and well-placed responses. The effective listener will find him or herself well-positioned to external distractions. In addition to all the internal distractions mentioned above, there are also many significant external distractions that affect our ability to listen effectively. For example, barriers such as desk or physical distance between speaker and listener, faulty acoustics, making it difficult to hear, the accent of the speaker, time of day. At certain times, we have less energy than at others. Personal problems. Someone who is consumed with his own personal issues will not have much energy left to actively listening to another. Distractions such as noise, other people, activities, animals, traffic, machinery, views of outside scenery, etc. Interruptions such as phone calls, time pressures such as deadlines. For effective listening to be possible, such distractions need to be minimized.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Elisa. Well read. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is just going over what we just talked about, right?
Yes.
Am I correct? Just going over what we talked about. Okay. Can someone else reuse the use of trigger words? So I'll ask Alo Malara to can pick up please pick up from where Alicia left off.
Okay. The use of trigger words. Certain words or ideas carry lots of emotion, and their use has the tendency to shut down the communication process. These words or phrases can express accusation, offense, insult, distrust, disdain, sarcasm, scorn, judgmental, rejection, etc. And they can vary from person to person and from relationship to relationship. We must be careful that we do not use such words or ideas ourselves when we speak. Do not react or resist from someone speaking to us using such words. We must stay cool and try to recognize the underlying idea the speaker is trying to express.
Okay. All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
That was about, so do we understand about this part, the trigger words?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, great. We talked about that too. So try to refrain from using those words. Try your best in the workplace because it's very disruptive and makes the person it won't build relationships in the workplace. It will just pull you away and you're all by yourself and you're singled out like, this person is judgmental or they're sarcastic. So try to be a team player at all times by showing respect and understanding when you communicate or listen. Okay. Alrighty, so I'll get Mufi to read this one for me, please.
Insufficient attention to
yeah.
non-verbal communication. Much of our communication is delivered non-verbally, even when an individual is not talking. He is still communicating in some manner. Here are the three main ways that communication takes place along with their relative impacts. Words 7%, vocal tone of voice 38%, body language, facial expression, posture, gesture, eye contact 55%. The exact figures, yeah.
Do you see how high that nonverbal body language comes in? Communication, the nonverbal communication?
Yes.
You have to be aware of this in the workplace, in your interviews. You have to be consciously aware of this one. Okay, continue, thanks.
Yeah. The exact figure here are not the point, but the general direction is significant. Nonverbal communication is extremely important and must be considered in the listening process. Think of the times people have influenced you simply by the way they looked at you. They didn't even need to say a word. Face color changes as people talk about things that affect them emotionally. Movements of the lips, mouth, cheeks, muscle, and eyebrow reveal what is going on inside the speaker, not to mention the movements or posture of the rest of the body, including the hands and the feet.
Good.
A great range of emotions and attitudes can be revealed through body languages. In addition, the speaker's tone can often convey more meaning than his words. So the effective listener must pay attention to the pitch, rate, sound, and slight variations in the tone of the speaker's voice. The reality is that a person cannot help but communicate. Though he may decide to stop talking, it is impossible for him to stop communicating. The reading nonverbal communication, therefore, is one of the most significant skill of effective listening.
Perfect. Thank you. Exactly what we've been saying the whole time. Nonverbal communication is The most significant skills of effective listening. Everyone got that?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so what are the nonverbal communications? How can we communicate nonverbally?
Body language.
Eyebrows, eye contact.
Okay. Eye movement. What about your posture?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can someone explain to me, if I'm communicating with you, you're in front of me, and you have no intention of, you have absolutely no interest in what I'm saying, what will your posture be?
Closed arms. Closed legs. Closed arms.
Closed down, yes, closed down. Or you looking through the window maybe sometimes, looking away? Yeah. Okay, so so if you want to get promoted in the workplace, what are the things that you must have?
Good communication skill.
Thank you. And communication skills is a part of listening skills.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so remember the nonverbal cues when you're communicating at the workplace and even at home, even in your home. We always point the finger at the kid or your spouse or your partner. That's a nonverbal cue. Pointing is what? What message are you sending when you point at someone?
Personally affecting them.
Nonverbal.
It's nonverbal, but what are you saying?
You're not
I mean,
accountable.
you're talking to the person.
Pay
You're pointing.
attention to a particular thing.
Say it
Or
again?
directing.
You're not taking accountability. Always pointing fingers to others. Is it some? I don't know.
Maybe, hello?
Yes.
Maybe you are trying to tell that person to pay attention to a particular thing when you point.
But couldn't you have said that, Lorna, I would like to get your attention to the pointing. If pointing is not a good way of communicating, by the way, in the workplace, okay, you're thinking of the person, you. So the person will take offense when you point at them in the workplace. I don't know if you do that at home, but if you do at work, they'll take offense to it. Okay, you can call the person by name instead of pointing. Okay, that's that's like attacking the person. So remember those things. Okay, I think we're done here with this one. So now you're going to use this in your assignment. And I think the next one we need to look at is, any questions about this one? Anyone? This is just going over what we did earlier on, basically. And this is, what is feedback? And I would like you to just kind of, we went through this before, so you know it. Do I need to go through this again, or you're pretty good at, giving and receiving feedback?
Yeah, good.
You're good, right? So this is just another handout. I wanted to go through the handouts that you guys have. Ash, are we good with that? We're just going through the same thing we did earlier.
Yeah, I'm good to skip that.
Okay, we're going to skip that. Okay, so here's an assignment for you to do. And I would like for you to complete this assignment while you're with me today. So
sorry, what's the assignment? You still have the same thing up on screen.
Oh, I did. Oh, so thank you for telling me, Ash. Thanks.
So is the number 6 one? Is it the number 6?
Effective feedback form.
Okay.
Okay. So please answer the following questions and then discuss the answers with the rest of the group. I don't know if you guys want to discuss it with the rest of the group. If you would like to, then I can do it. If not, I can just give you your, go through it with you one-on-one.
Okay.
So can you start that? I'll give you on for 50. Is 15 minutes good enough?
Yes.
Okay. I'll leave you, give you some time to complete this, and we'll make a group decision if we want to do it openly in the class or we would like to do it one-on-one.
Open.
Open is good? Perfect. I like that. Yes.
I'm okay with open.
Open is perfect. We can finish this off. Okay, everyone, so you can start, and I will be back in a couple of minutes.
Hello?
Hi?
Hi, sorry. Can you send me this document again, please? I don't have this. I was reading from the screen, but when I looked inside my Gmail, I don't see this. Nor in the handouts.
You didn't get this in your handout?
No, the only thing I have is the diversity handouts and the barriers to employment handouts.
Oh, okay. I will. I'll email it to you.
All right, thank you.
What's your email again, just off the top of your head? Alicia?
Right, alice648@gmail.com.
Thank you. Okay. Personality, gifts, employability skills. No, I don't want that. Come on, how to make it. Jesus, I have so many things on my screen. I just sent it.
Okay, let me check. Thank you. I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. There you go. Thank you, baby.
Confusion with the last two questions. Is the last question is like what to do if someone give a feedback that's not accurate, like that's not.
My specific needs for feedback are the way that it's given, the timing, and where it's given. So, in other words, if you prefer to get feedback one-on-one, it will be a location, right?
Okay.
If you prefer that the person give a specific timing, right? Or what's the format? Do you want it verbally or do you want it written? What's the format you prefer?
Okay, so we have to write all the three things?
No. What is
just one thing?
No, just choose one.
Okay.
That works best for you.
Okay. And what about the last one? Is it like someone?
What happens when the feedback is less than perfect? So this is where you ask what?
What happens when feedback is less than perfect?
It's not what you.
When I have a critical, like I have to critique someone, like is that?
No, this is you receiving effective feedback form. What are the barriers, my barriers? How do you feel when you're getting feedback and it's less than perfect? How do you feel?
Or
if it's less than perfect,
or how do we react? Is that how do you feel only?
What happens when feedback is less than perfect? you feel a bit upset, or do you take the information and act on it?
Oh, okay.
Or do you ask clarifying questions like, what is it that you prefer to have it? Which way would you prefer to have it done?
Okay.
Right? So, in other words, it's asking you, which way do you want it to happen? It's not perfect. How do you feel? How would you like to receive it?
Okay.
Right. That's the way. That's it.
Okay.
So we're going to have to stop now because we only have 15 minutes to finish off this and everybody has to give it a try. So are we okay to start?
Yes.
Thank you. Everyone, are we okay to start?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay,
Yep.
who would like to start off? How many questions we have? Okay, please go ahead, Tilban.
So you want me to share the screen?
Yeah, what is your answer? My barriers for giving feedback are?
Okay, I read them.
What are the barriers? So remember, you're given the feedback.
Okay, so my barriers. So if I'm giving feedback, I have the fear of upsetting colleagues, fear of damaging.
Or if you wrote it like, what are my barriers for getting feedback? Did you write it that way?
Oh, like, okay, sorry, I didn't notice muted. Okay, 1 second. So my barriers for giving feedback is fear of upsetting colleagues. And then,
okay, very good. Yep.
Fear of damaging professional relationships.
Okay, very good.
And sometimes I have a lack of confidence to give feedback as well.
Okay. Okay, so let us talk about the fear of giving feedback because you're not competent enough, you think, to give feedback?
No, fear the basically, like we don't know how people react. Some people are okay with getting the negative feed if it's negative. But some people react, so I don't want to deal with that. So
perfect. Okay. So that's the first question. Alrighty. So class, how should he overcome the fear of giving feedback and upsetting someone? What method should he use when he's giving feedback?
First, we praise them.
What method should Taliban use so he does not upset the person? That's one of his
sandwich.
fears.
The sandwich method.
Yes, the sandwich. So remember that, Taliban, the sandwich effect? Yes. So that would answer to that question. Positive information, positive, right? Okay, so that would overcome that. The person won't feel bad about receiving your feedback. What's the next question? What was the next one?
It's almost the same. Fear of damaging professional relationships.
Okay, so this is pretty much the same thing. Okay. When you're giving feedback, you could say to the individual, I would love to give you some constructive feedback. I hope you're all right with that. If you're fair that damaging that, if you have a close relationship with that person, I hope you're okay with that. Okay? You could use that depending on the situation you're in and depending on the culture of the organization. All right. Okay. What's the next one, Taliban?
The last one is lack of confidence. Yeah, if the person is in a bigger position, I just avoid anything.
All right, that's a tricky one. I think Ash mentioned that one. This is your manager you're giving feedback to. So you lack the confidence to approach your manager and say, I'd like to, to give you some feedback, but you're not sure how to do this. If it's a team meeting that you're in, then you can definitely use a sandwich effect. And openly tell them, what your thoughts are. It will not damage the relationship here, that's for sure. And managers, supervisors, and CEOs, when you're in a meeting with them, they want your feedback. Trust me, they want it. They want to hear what you think. So don't be shy. Don't be, am I going to step on any toes, or this is my manager? Honestly, in the Canadian culture, they want to hear your feedback. So again, you could, let them know that you're going to give them some feedback on the topic that they just discussed, and just say it. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you for sharing that one. Can someone else take my barriers for receiving feedback? Ash?
Sure, I'll take it.
Thank you.
Let's see. What did I have for mine? I just had ego as mine, as in my own ego, like my belief that I should know how to do it, or that I don't need someone else's advice.
Okay, so you don't need someone else's advice as how you should do your job.
Yeah, right? which is of course false, but that is one of the barriers. Is I know what I'm doing. I don't need someone else to tell me.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. When we say the meeting company goals, do you think you alone can meet that company goal?
Sorry, could you repeat that? You cut out.
Oh, sorry. Okay. When the company say that we need to meet a company goal, right?
Yeah.
And you're receiving a feedback, do you believe that you, Ash, can meet that company goal by yourself?
No, of course not.
Of course. So you maybe take that in consideration, that, I can't do it alone, right? I need to get input and feedback from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So my barriers to receiving feedback is that I like to think that I can do it alone, and my way is the right way, and I shouldn't, my ego is, hurt here. You're stepping on my toes because you're giving me feedback. But you got to look at the big picture, Ash, and say, you know what? I can't do this alone. I need my team to do this, to accomplish this. And so it's a team effort. So that could be a barrier for a lot of us. But if you think of team effort, pulling together as one team, no one person can do it alone, and I can't do it alone. Does it answer that?
Yeah, that answers that.
Okay, great. Do you have any more barriers, or that?
No, that was my one for that question.
Alrighty, I can answer one more question. Does anyone else have a question about my barriers receiving feedback? No? Class? Hello? Okay, so why do I want feedback? It's pretty much the same what I just gave Ash.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Alicia, why do you want feedback?
Why do I want feedback? Oh, so that I can improve and grow, so that I can see my actions from other people's perspective, and to show others that I am willing to learn.
Right on point. Class, did you hear her? You heard what she said?
Well said.
Well said. So you can grow. You can grow within the organization. We need feedback so we can grow and learn. Okay, we do need that. Okay, why do I want to give feedback? Mofid?
Then I can see where I am standing and where I can improve, so that I can pull up my socks in that particular area and then, move forward.
No,
I can
why
do-
do I want to give feedback?
Why do I want to give feedback? All right, so that the person will feel comfortable and he can understand where he is standing, for him where we can improve or where he can correct himself.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Very good. Okay, so well said. Yeah, where the person can improve. Could it be a task? Could be a personal thing? Could whatever.
Anything.
You want to give feedback so the person is aware, becomes aware. Okay, that is well said. Thank you. And Omalara, the last one.
My specific needs for feedback.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are your specific needs for feedback? Formal, timing, location. What suits you best to receive feedback?
I think at the same location.
Okay, so you like to do it one-on-one?
Yes.
Or you'd like to be in a group setting and get your get feedback?
I think one-on-one.
One-on-one. So location is your thing. Others is me personally, I like to actually meet the person one-on-one as well. And I like to have specific timing when I'm receiving the feedback. Because when you're in the office and you're multitasking, you have many things on your mind. So if the person say, you know, Lorna, I'm going to meet you in the boardroom at 3:00. I want to give you some feedback on the, you know, what you presented today. Then I know timing, location. It could be all three of them. Okay, you don't have to choose one. It could be all three. And I want it verbal. So you see the format is verbal, the timing is 3:00, and the location is one-on-one. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. What happens when feedback is less than perfect? Anyone can take this.
All right. What happens when feedback is less than perfect? It can create resentment in some of your coworkers. It can lead to tension in the workplace. Like, you know, your coworkers not wanting to work with you or you not wanting to work with them, which can lead to decreased productivity and stuff like that.
Okay, and how do you correct that? What do you say? What do you do?
Probably pull them aside, ask if you can talk to them, and then, you know, try the sandwich method or something like that. Apologize for having said something that hurt them, that kind of thing.
Okay, so not all feedback is what you want to hear, right? And thanks, Ash. And that's when you can pull them aside and say, you know what, so and so and so, whatever the situation is, it could be they were not listening to how you presented how you did the presentation. They were not listening, so they missed out on it. So their feedback was imperfect. Okay, it's not perfect, and you can always tell them about that. Okay, how was this exercise for everybody? Did you guys kind of learn something here?
Yeah.
About your style of receiving effective and giving feedback?
Yes.
Is feedback crucial in the workplace?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without feedback, what happens?
Hard time to figure out whether we are doing good or not. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. We don't know where we stand. And when you do that, when you actually communicate your ideas, your thoughts, your feelings to the receiver, then the task will get done, especially in a team effort, in a way that everyone is happy. So feedback is really very important in the workplace. You must give feedback, and you must open yourself to receive feedback. Even if they're criticizing your work, you must be open in the workplace, because guess what? We don't know it all, do we?
No.
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 No. And can you do it all by yourself?
No.
No. So we work as a team and we give and receive feedback openly. And we don't step on toes, we don't hurt feelings. If that's going to be a harsh feedback you're giving because you're criticizing the person's work, then you use the sandwich effect. Okay? Remember that. Your takeaway today is the sandwich method. And try to practice it in your daily lives, like at home. I know you're not working right now, but try to practice this with your children or your friend or whomever. But try to practice and see how receptive they are to your feedback, even if it is harsh. You'll see how how well they take it. Okay, so I have one last thing to do with you, but thank you so much all for sharing this. I will stop sharing and I will go to the next one, which is your assignment for after class. So you're going to log on to these sites. The test contains listening questions and your test result will help you choose a level to practice at.
Sorry, which sites are we?
The handout number, let me just share with you, 1 second.
Is it the 7? The number 7?
Let me see if I've got it ready. Yeah, this one, Ash, this one. Assignment, your test level.
Okay, gotcha.
Listening, okay? So I would like you to log on. It's going to take 30 minutes for you to complete. There are 15 questions in the test. At the end of the test, your English level will be assessed. Please go to the link below and begin the test, but not now. You're going to do this on your own, and we're going to review tomorrow. Let me know what level you are. You can drop it in your box, and I can have a look at it. Is that okay?
Where do I find this?
What number was that, Tilvan?
Number 7.
7.
11. Okay.
No, 7.
7. Listening test website link. So once you are done, you're
going to get the result, yes.
We take a picture and put it in the completed assignments.
You could do that, yes.
Okay.
Let me see what the next level. 1 second. So here are the levels that you're going to come up with, and you will have it on your screen. Okay, so these are the different levels that you will be seeing on your screen once you've completed it.
Okay, I'm just seeing the assignment page.
That's it.
Oh, this
It's in your handout. Yeah, levels. These are the different levels of the test.
Okay.
So when you're done, it will give you the result of this. Okay? But you have to complete it. It's going to take 30 minutes to complete.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just put it in your completed assignment for me.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. So that is the end of listening skills. I hope you guys got some takeaways from today's lesson and you become better listeners if you're already not. Is there any questions? Hello?
No.
Nope, no questions.
Okay, did you guys have any takeaway from the today's lesson? Yep, okay, great. So tomorrow we'll have a look at this, and I will look at it tomorrow morning when you're all done, and we can I can talk with you one-on-one about it if you wish. If not, I can talk openly in the class. Alrighty, so that ends today's lesson. If you have no questions, I guess Ash, can you hang on and we can talk about your program plan?
Yep, sure thing.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, are you guys okay? Can I sign off with you?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye now.